Hi everyone! In this video I'm going to show you Sephora and Pantone Universe's new holiday line eyeshadow palette. It's called the Precious Metals Shadow Palette, and similar to the review that I did for Sephora and Pantone Universe's Shades of Nature palette, I will swatch all of the colors for you in this video. And like that other palette, this palette has 35 different colors. And for the holiday season, as you can see, the shades are a mixture of silvers, golds, and bronzes. This palette is available through Sephora and it is $48. And there are other items in the Holiday 2012 collection, but I will just be focusing on the palette for this video. And as always, please make sure to go to the website at allurabeauty.com if you would like to see photographs of all of these colors and a more detailed review of what I think the quality of the shadows are like. For this video, this is, like you, my first time seeing the formula and applying it, so this will be a more preliminary review and more preliminary thoughts on what I think about this product. So first, just to show you the box packaging, it's made of thin cardboard, and this is the design that is on it. On the back, you have more details about the colors. And I want to mention that when I was reviewing the Shades of Nature palette, I mentioned that I thought it was a poor idea on Sephora and Pantone Universe's part because they only gave numbers to all of the colors in the palette. So as you can see here, they followed only Pantone's numbering system for the colors. And I mentioned that I didn't like that because it's not consumer friendly. I understand that these are the numbers given to colors in the world of Pantone and, for example, for paints, but it's a collaboration for a makeup product, and makeup products go to consumers. And if I'm trying to communicate to you what color I like best in this palette, I'm not going to be able to communicate that to you by saying, oh, I like the color 14-1213 TPX the most. I'm just not going to be able to remember that. So I know a few people commented that they thought, well, you know, that's the numbering system, they should just use the numbering system. Well, this time around, Sephora has done something that I think is nice, which is they have named the eyeshadow colors. So for those of you who also thought that it was a bit inconvenient to not have names for each of the shades, this time around, Sephora has, it looks like, thought the better of it and given individual names to these shadows. So I think that's a great change on the part of Sephora and Pantone. So like with the previous palette, this is very thin. It's made of very high, what seems like very high quality plastic. It's very sleek. It's like a very thin Mac laptop. And the top is this copperish color, and then the bottom is made of this white plastic, and you do get a very convenient full-sized mirror inside. So to better keep the colors in the same family when I'm swatching them for you, I'm going to actually swatch these by column instead of by row. So starting with the leftmost column here, the colors are Whisper White, Paloma, Brushed Nickel, Eiffel Tower, and Jet Black. Whisper White is a matte white color. Paloma is a gray-based silver. Brushed Nickel is a deeper, more steel-based silver color. Eiffel Tower is a deeper charcoal gray color, and it has silver shimmer particles in it. And Jet Black is a matte black shade. I really like this first column of colors. You get a soft formula on all of them, and all of them have pretty good pigmentation. For the second column here, we have Doe Skin, Nougat, Cinder, Fungi, and Rain Drum. Doe Skin is a very, very pale fawn-like color. Definitely applies lighter on the skin than what you see in the pan. Nougat is a deeper fawn shade, again with a silvery shimmer. Cinder is a gray-brown shade. It's more matte, but it technically has a little bit of shimmer in the pan. Fungi is a medium to deep shimmery taupe color. And Major Brown is a matte milk chocolate brown color. So here's column 2, the brown tones. And I feel like some of these colors, these first 3 colors, need a little more layering, but again, I think it's decent to great pigmentation on these shades. Here we have Vanilla, Rattan, Jojoba, Antique Bronze, and Major Brown. Vanilla is a sort of satiny cream color. Rattan is a sun-kissed, very yellow-based gold color. Jojoba is kind of a unique color. I feel like it's a goldeny color with a slight khaki undertone to it. So it's like almost a greeny gold color. Antique Bronze is a shimmery olive shade. And this is Major Brown. I apologize, the other shade was actually Rain Drum, that matte milk chocolate brown that I showed you in the previous column. So this here is Major Brown. This is a very deep khaki green brown shade. So there's the third column. I'm not as impressed with the formula and the pigmentation on these shades. In particular, these 2 goldeny colors were more dusty and a little more patchy and required 2 coats. This is Ivory Cream, Toasted Almond, Dough, Brown Sugar, and Potting Soil. Ivory Cream is a champagne beige color. Toasted Almond is a very light tan brown shade. Dough is a more golden or orange based light brown shade, almost like a coppery tone. Brown Sugar is very much like a brown sugar color or a chai latte color. At its base it is matte, but it has gold shimmer particles in it. It's very, very pigmented and smooth. And Potting Soil is a medium matte brown. Again, fantastic pigmentation and a very smooth, even formula. So here is the middle column, or column 4. I particularly like these last 2 colors, but overall, again, pretty good pigmentation and formula. Here is Dawn, Maple Sugar, Toasted Nut, Rawhide, and Chestnut. Dawn is a matte cream shade. Maple Sugar is a rose-based champagne shade. Toasted Nut is another red-based brown color. Rawhide looks more warm in the pan than it appears when actually applied to the skin. And Chestnut is a deep matte brown color. The mattes in this palette are very impressive. There's the fifth column of colors. And I'm flipping over the palette here. First we have Silver Peony, Pale Mauve, Dusty Pink, Muted Clay, and Rose. Silver Peony is a pale, dusty pink color. Pale Mauve is exactly as it is named. Dusty Pink is a dusty medium rose shade. Muted Clay is a rose-based light brown shade. And Rose Brown is a deep purple-based brown color. This matte shade doesn't have as strong of pigmentation as the previous matte colors that we've looked at. So here's the second to last column. Get more purple and pink based colors. And for the last row we have Cloud Gray, Keepsake Lilac, Deauville Mauve, Purple Gumdrop, and Flint. Cloud Gray is a pale, dusty lilac. Keepsake Lilac is a medium, more purple, so less dusty lilac shade. Deauville Mauve is an even deeper lilac color. Purple Gumdrop is a slightly deeper, dusty purple. Again, more matte than the other colors, though technically it still has a bit of shimmer in the pan. And the last is Flint, which is a matte, deep purple shade. So there is the last column of purple colors. Again, very good pigmentation, and you get a range of shimmery to matte shades. Alright, so there you have Sephora and Pantone Universe's Precious Metals Shadow Palette for the holiday 2012 season. And I do think that this palette is very good quality. It has a range of more neutral shades. It does have some pinks and purples in the palette, but even those are a more dusty quality, so they're more gray based, more neutral, and will work on a very wide range of skin colors and skin tones. And the rest of the palette consists of browns, golds, silvers, grays, and blacks. And I love that you get a healthy number of matte shades, and the matte shades in this palette are very, very impressive. They have a soft, creamy formula. They are smooth and for the most part very, very pigmented and opaque. You did have one, maybe two more translucent matte shades, which is also good because not everyone wants a really opaque and dense serving of color on their shadows. And in general, for all the colors, you definitely get a range of more translucent colors and then more opaque colors. And you get a range of shimmery shades and frosty shades along with those matte colors. So I do really like this palette. It's good quality, you have a good formula. You probably did see that with a lot of the shades, you did get a lot of powder onto the desk when I was swatching them. And that is a result of the more soft formula, which gives you a more pleasant application. But as a result, sometimes that also means you get a little more powderiness, or not a dustiness in terms of being dry, but just a little more crumbliness to the more soft formula. But you should also realize that when I'm swatching, it's on a much larger surface area than it would be on your eyes. So when I'm swatching it, it kind of emphasizes the fallout, and you won't get that much fallout when you're actually applying it to the small space on your lids. But again, that's something that I will go over in more detail after I've thoroughly tested the product and done a written review for it. Alright, please let me know what you think of the colors in this palette, if it's something that you would like to get for the holiday 2012 season. Or if you have the palette, what you think of it and whether you've enjoyed using it or not, and what you think of the quality. If you have any questions after watching this video and after reading the review, I would be happy to answer them in the comment section below or on the blog post at allurabeauty.com. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thanks for taking the time to watch it, and I will see you in the next one.